Hi, my name is Madhu and my teammate is Sai Krishna. This is a business intelligence project and our project is on predicting crimes Chicago City. Chicago City. Before we actually get into the project, let's have a quick what is in store for us. The project overview. We would be knowing about the research that was gone into making this project, the data sources that were used and the tools that were used, the cleansing techniques that were used, and the analysis of the data and the models that were used, and finally the results. And we would also be recommending a couple of recommendations and the future efforts to take this project to the next level. Firstly, let's start off the presentation with a short video.
I used to think my job was all about arrests, chasing bad guys. Now I see my work differently. We analyze crime data, spot patterns, and figure out where to send patrols. It's helped some U.S. cities cut serious crime by up to 30%. By stopping it before it happens. Let's build a smarter planet.
This video acted as a starting point to our research to predict the occurrence of crime in Chicago. The business problem here that we had was to predict the factors which would influence a crime and the occurrence of crime resulting in an arrest. The target audience here for us are the people of Chicago and the Chicago Police Department. A quick background as to why the city of Chicago was chosen. According to statistics by the US government, Chicago has one of the highest crime rates with a crime rate of 55 per 1,000 residents. The data sources that we used was provided by the city of Chicago.org and the direct link is posted. And the tools that we used are Microsoft Excel is used for cleansing purpose, Tableau was used for visualization, while IBM SPSS Modeler was used for modeling. Data. It is only after looking at this data set that we understood why 80% of the effort is needed for data preparation. The dataset that we used contains the crime rates of Chicago from 2001 to present. In fact, the database is updated till the last 7th day. And when we downloaded the data, the original data size in CSV format came up to 1.5 gigabytes. And since it is not possible to work on the entire dataset, we picked a random sample of 6,816 samples over 50,90,562 values, which is close to 5 million. And in addition to this, we also transformed the data in the following ways. We used flag variables for the type of crime, and we also removed a lot of unwanted fields like the latitudes, the longitudes, the GPS position, and other fields which we would not be using in this case. And we also made sure that the random sample was chosen and the weight of the attributes was also taken. And the advantage with this is, for example, a theft was assigned a lesser weight compared to a serious offense like murder. And one other advantage is that it gives us a scientific analysis, and it is also easy to compute the chance of occurrence of an offense. Now, if we analyze the data, when the comparison between various number of crimes were done, theft is of highest importance, followed by criminal damage and narcotics. Here the comparison is done by the split between the time of the day AM and PM, and whether or not an arrest is possible. Generally, here looking at these results, we come to a surprising conclusion that generally we expect more crimes to happen during nights, but in this case, if we observe the graph carefully, the first half of the day has maximum number of crimes. And the models that we used in IBM SPSS predictive modeler are the neural, the linear and the chart. Of the three models, we went with the neural model because the accuracy which neural gave is way better than the accuracy which the other two models gave us. Now, looking at the prediction results, the target variables that we chose are total, weight and the arrest. Here, total weight is the sum of individual weights attributed to various factors, and the accuracy that this model gave us is 41.7%, and we are modestly happy with the accuracy that we got, considering the fact that we restricted the scope of the project due to various other constraints. Now if we look at this graph, we can see that crime category has maximum predictive importance, followed by district, followed by ward, domestic and so on. And some of the recommendations that we would want to give to the civilians of the city of Chicago and also to the Department of Police is that since most of the crimes happen in the first half of the day, we would request civilians to be more cautious during the first half of the day, and we would also request the city of Chicago to deploy more officers during the first half of the day so that they can see and limit the number of offenses that are made. Now, to take the project to the next level, some of the things that can be made are, since here we work with a very limited data set, and if this can be extended or made larger to a wide data set, the model would as well be able to predict the occurrence of a crime till the block level. And in addition to this, gaining domain expertise would also help to have very clear understanding of the business problem that is being dealt with. Here are some of the references that we used in this process. Thank you for your time. In case if you have any feedback or comments or suggestions for us, please do feel free to write to either one of us. Thank you.